This is your daily market review for Thursday, May 15th, 2025. Let's go. Hey everyone, this is my channel to help investors and traders develop a probability-based mindset to succeed. Also try and keep friends informed of what's going on in the markets and the economy, and also a little real estate content as well. This is Dan Max at eXp Realty, aka the Trading Agent, and your daily market review for Thursday, May 15th, 2025. Hopefully you were doing great. Interesting day in the market. Up, down, left, right, all over the place. Got to be careful here. Again, going into, I don't know, the next 10 days, potentially. Again, if you go check out the Stock Traders Almanac, it's typically down to choppiness, which, again, it wouldn't surprise me based on the action after a huge up move that caught all the bears off guard. Now you have people chasing, people going all in, going nuts near the highs. The volatility starting to pick up a little bit. You can tell the breadth is not as good. Definitely, that's for sure, showing up. You can see there's internal weakness abound. That doesn't necessarily mean the market has to go down right now or go down. I mean, something could change. Again, that's the hardest thing about trading. As we talk about, there is no certainty. You're playing probabilities. So, again, if you're new to the channel, check out the Discord room. Links are in the description below. Appreciate a little support, generous donations. If you'd like to donate, links are in the description below. Also posted in the Discord room all of the fun 13Fs coming out. So again, if you're not familiar with this, every quarter, these guys have to disclose what they're doing in the market, especially if they're making big moves. Long story short, doesn't really look like they're doing much of anything, in my opinion. Again, if you look at even just Berkshire, they really didn't do too many of anything. They increased some positions, but didn't do a lot. Kind of looking at some of these and going, okay, big deal. The market was down. We'll see what they did. Maybe they don't even report. I mean, this is first quarter stuff, so I mean, it's tough to know for sure. I mean, this is such backward-looking stuff, but it's just kind of fun. So again, let's check it out. Going into what looks like a fun options expiration, right? Friday. So again, if you have questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Hit me up on Calendly. Would love to chat. Again, if you're looking to buy, sell, invest in real estate, and you're not hitting me up, I'm not going to take it personal, but I will be disappointed because again, you get two agents for the price of one. I will be your point person to help you find the best agent in your area. So again, you get two agents for the price of one. I'm always curious why some people are like, oh, I don't want to do that. Okay, don't do it. No big deal. Just don't roll the dice. Again, 87% of agents have not done a single deal this year. Just signed another buyer and a seller actually yesterday. So getting my work done here in Denver. Again, I like to do 1 or 2 deals a month. Keep me, I don't know, on top of it. But also too, again, I love the referrals. It allows me to just, again, help more people. Doesn't always have to be in person in Denver or the surrounding area. So if you'd like to see what we're up to, again, posting trades, ideas, thoughts on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. Lots of interesting setups. Again, be careful out there. If you like, subscribe and the notification bell. Also on YouTube or whatever platform you're using, so you get alerts when we post videos daily. Also check out TradingAgent.com. Tons of interesting, interessante, lots of insights here. Again, this is channel's trading for you, but it's educational based. Again, we're not giving you ultimately the tools. We're giving you the tools to ultimately make decisions on your own. We're not giving you straight up ideas unless, again, you can conceive that from the words that are spoken. But ultimately, it's your job to decide what's best for you. You're the one hitting enter, exit. You're the one who needs to figure out why and how you trade. And if you're not looking to trade, but just looking for help, also consult a financial advisor. Again, we're not responsible for your results. Ultimately, we're here to educate, help, and bring a little entertainment here. Fear and greed index. We talked about it. It's at extreme fear at 3. You should be buying the market. We're getting up there. It's only at 69. I thought it was at 72. Anyway, getting them to a pretty extreme greediness. Just keep that in mind. We're close enough. I think we've been facilitating right on the edge. So be aware. Be aware. Also, 13F's a lot of information coming out after hours. Also, be aware there's no Fed rate cuts until potentially July or September. Again, Bitcoin. Biggest overhype, under delivering. I mean, again, I don't want to pick on these folks, but again, I hear Michael Saylor every day. It's going to a million. You know, boy who cried wolf. Say it enough times, people just don't care. Again, I don't know the long term. Again, it trades like every other asset. That's the irony here. It's just more volatile. And when it goes into big chop cycles, which it typically does, just got to be careful. I mean, this one lasted 9 months. We're about 6 months through this one. I don't know where we're at. But I personally am not going to go screaming to the bullishness until we break out. If not, it could consolidate. We've seen this happen before. Oil, all over the place. Up, down, left, down, right, up, down, whatever. Again, I still think the bottom is in this mid 50s, the mid 60s level. Worth the watch. Natural gas getting cooked, which perfect. Again, I want to see it lower. I like materials, commodities long term, but I'm not going to chase them on pops. I'm going to let the kind of market just play out how it is and look for dips. Dollar chopping around. Not really too much to say on that one. TLT posted this today with the PPI data. Looking pretty bullish. Again, today's bar was pretty strong, decent volume. Retesting the range lows. Again, the trade is really simple. Again, this is not trade advice. This is you looking at a chart going, I'd like the risk reward here, and I'll put a stop in. You decide if you're going to do that. That's how we make decisions. I make decisions, risk reward. I don't like chasing ups, and I also don't like to sell low, like short low, right? That's not how it works. VIX, sorry, talking about waking up. Open high, close low. Not surprised with a little OPEX game here. But you see, I mean, again, remember this thing went from 60 down to 17. Don't get it twisted. We're due for some up movement in volatility at some point. VIX, same kind of thing, has bottomed already. Keep an eye on that. SPY. Thought maybe we could get to 590. Always possible. Keep an eye on it, right? Like we have, I mean, that's a big move. Consolidate. Now this is a big move. Do the math. I mean, at worst, I think we come back into the mid 570s. But do we have to? That's the thing, right? Don't tell yourself anything. Like you can't rely on certainty. Does this make sense? Like that's what seems right. That's what makes sense. But we'll see what happens, right? Like you can't just, you can't trade from a certainty base, right? The probabilities say we should pull back. And again, even if it's just a couple days down, I'm not saying we got to like get slammered. We're coming right to retest the lows, but I wouldn't be surprised. Go up, pull back, go up, pull back, go up, pull back. Again, especially the seasonality. QQQ starting to look a little weaker up here too. Like you filled these gaps. You're kind of chopping around here. I'd be watching the 520. IWM, which we talked about, had been lagging. Decent little bounce today here, but still making lower lows. Keep an eye on it. Again, I like small caps long term a lot. DIA, which has gotten smoked down because of United Healthcare. Keep an eye on it. Again, I don't really care about the DIA. Gold, we talked about due for some bounce because it's not going to go down in a straight line. Looks pretty reasonable. Silver, again, not really confirming any massive breakouts, but consolidating. We talked about the miners, GDX, GDXJ. Talked about this 50-day. Not surprised, right? A little bounce, right? GDX, we talked about this one, right? Breaking below. But again, along the way in the second quarter, paved in gold. It's not really paved in gold. That's the irony, is that the second quarter for metals is usually pretty crappy. Again, if you go check the Discord room, my man here Sam dropping charts. Where is it? Here you go. Second quarter, not so hot. Not that Hansel so hot right now. No, not really. Again, but it doesn't mean it has to go down every day. So keep an eye on it. Again, I like miners. I like the ideas of trading them for bounces too. When they're oversold. Looks a little oversold. AEM, not surprised. Again, AG, this thing just looks stuck in the mud. Newmont. Notice this 48 area. Have a 2-day range. Okay. A little oversold. PAAS. Again, I like PAAS better. Right? They're buying mag silver. Keep an eye on it, right? It looks okay. Let's get in it because this is where it's starting to look a little toppy, like semiconductors, right? That looks like a little rough right combo, man. Keep an eye on this. Micron, we talked about the 200-day. Seem to get tired up here. Makes sense, right? AM Dizzle. Again, I like AMD, but that's a nice pop. This is what I'm talking about, like due for a pullback. Look what's been leading up. Even NVIDIA, which seemed like can do no wrong. We talked about super overbought. Starting to get tired. Right? Check out the money flow on this. Starting to flatten out. Keep an eye on it. Again, we'll see what happens here. SMCI, which again, a lot of people think this is a Ponzi scheme. Okay. Again, making lower highs, lower lows. Intel. This thing is, you think this would be flying with the sector. I mean, it got burned yesterday. AVGO, again, this should be on fire, right? 3-day range, chopping, keep an eye on it. SMH, these have had really nice runs. Again, it looks like a left-right combo. But again, just because today's candle's green, everyone's like, oh, it has to go higher. Okay, we'll see. Adobe, keep an eye on this one. Right, this one has been building. Is it breaking the downtrend with volume? Ooh. Again, I don't recommend trade chasing. Apple gone nowhere. Seems like Trump's not happy that they're moving more stuff into India. Worth a watch. Again, is that all just political speak? Amazon, again, starting to pull back, right? Meta, they're not going to do some AI stuff they announced today. Said looked like a left-right combo. There you go. Keep an eye on. Again, like there's a lot of weakness if you looked at today's market. CRM, this one hit the 200-day, backing off. But it's a green candle. Yeah, okay, keep an eye on it. Guggenheim, even up after yesterday, little inside day. Keep an eye on it. Microsoft, right, got up into the back to the highs. Dividend today. We'll see what happens here at 452 after hours, down a little bit. NDAQ, again, I like the short here. Makes sense. Keep an eye on this area. MicroStrategy just seems to be stuck around chopping. I don't have any. Again, until Bitcoin goes, this thing's stuck. Netflix, look at the blow off top here. Again, I thought it was like done. OPEX, TOPEX. Won't be the first time we've seen this pattern. Keep an eye on this, right? Feels like a blow off. Roblox has been on fire. Can't do nothing about that. Keep that one. Keep it going. CrowdStrike, again, a lot of people think this is going to double over time. Again, I'm not going to say I don't like cybersecurity. Where did my mouse go? Man, I apologize. It keeps dying. I mean, it looks pretty strong. Looks like it's basing up at the highs. Man, look at this little trend line. Right? Like that's where I'd be looking if we're going to go. PanW, again, another one we like cybersecurity. Hello. Chopping around. Keep an eye on it. Tesla. Talked about taking profits. Yeah, look, a little lower high today, lower lows. But the arrow there, again, I'm not saying that it's got to have to like go down to 200. Just consolidation time. Does this make sense, folks? Consolidation time. Keep an eye on it, right? Palantir, right? Fakes the breakout. I don't know. Look at this indecision up here. Worth a watch. Again, insight. I like this one to get bought out. Starting to make higher lows. Looking good. HIMS. We talked about this one blowing off, right? Filling the gap. Baba, I mean, there's a lot of weakness today. The market didn't look as strong as it. Gap down on earnings. McDonald's chopping around near the highs. Does it break out? Who knows? Starbucks, again, chopping around off the lows. Looks, again, I mean, this thing's gotten beaten. Not surprised it's bouncing. Airbnb chopping around. Yeah, we'll see. Again, overbought near term. Coin, again, added to the S&P 500 and then gets hacked. Ooh, that's got to be a terrible feeling. Again, we'll see if it holds up. DKNG, another one that we talked about, bounce and then starting to flop. Like, I wouldn't trust. I don't trust it. Looks like it's pulling back. Costco seems to be, I don't know, man. This area around 1,000, worth a watch. It's either about to break out or about to flop. FedEx, we talked about like in this one for a trade. Man, multi-day range. Keep watching it. Super tight. XLF, look at the financials, right? We talked about being overbought. Worth a watch. Hood, which has been the leader. Not acting like a leader today, right? JP Morgan, which again, you would think this thing would be up like 4 or 5 points. Doji, Morgan Stanley, right? A lot of these names overbought, getting some of them more looking tired than others, like Bank of America here. Little inside day, Goldman Sachs, been on fire. Again, KRE, this is definitely looking very indecisive here. 4 days at the 200-day. Again, the market looks a little tired. Breadth has been weakening. XBI, again, I talked about this. I like this one down near the lows. I hope this gets crushed more. If not, cool. Jets, right? This one's been hits 100-day, backing off. Look, it doesn't really look that great, y'all. XHB, same kind of thing, right? Housing index, making lower lows and lower highs. Again, not saying go out, the market's got a dump, but again, it looks like the market's about to take a dump. And dump meaning maybe just 3-5%, I don't know. 2%, who knows? Dow, watching the 20-day, looks okay. CE, right? Keep an eye on this stuff, right? Hits the 100-day, backing off. Caterpillar, right? We like Cat, chopping around. Deere had earnings this morning. That doesn't really look that good, man. A big doji on earnings after a big run-up on high volume. Consolidation, again, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw it for like a week or two or even a couple months, man. It wouldn't be surprising. Nucor, chopping around. Again, I like some of these. Like, we got to see who leads up. That's the key. X. Because the key is to watch the leaders. Because the leaders will lead as the summer evolves. weakness will be weak. Lag, like a lot of names will go nowhere, and then a few names will lead up. And again, this has been on fire. Obviously, as the leader, VALE. But again, looking to just see what happens here. 200-day consolidate, no problem. Arrow. Again, I like junior copper. Somebody was buying this heavy yesterday, and they came in at the close again and bought it heavy. Keeping on it. FQVLF, chopping around. SCCO, again, we like copper names a lot. Consolidating here. I love a little pullback. FCX, same kind of thing. URNJ. Talked about this one. It got up to 17 due to consolidate. Perfect. CCJ. This one's been on fire. Okay, now you're back testing some old areas. Again, I'm not saying this has to dump, but don't be surprised if they consolidate. CF, we talked about this consolidation in the ag names. They've been on a nice run. They all look like they're consolidating, except Mosaic. This is crazy. Keep an eye on it. SQM, right? Like this one, like it consolidating. Look at it filling the gap. Watch the 20-day. NTR, this is consolidating. This looks pretty good up, right? Like this, when I say consolidating, I apologize. Sometimes near term and long term. Like zoom out, boys and girls, right? Big chop leads to big moves. AA, again, pulls back after a nice up move. I mean, this thing went from 20 to 30. All right, let it play out. Man, I'd love to see a gap fill in 25s. Kalu, like this one as well. Again, do you see what's going on here? 200-day. Again, these names, don't be surprised. They could rip higher or they can consolidate. NP, again, we like rare earth metals. Watching this area, man, 19 would be a gift. REMX is the big ETF on it. Same kind of thing. Cliff, again, you got to like Cliff. Who doesn't like the Cliff? Again, with the volume down here. Tight stops. Keep it simple, stupid. Again, we're not recommending you do anything. You have to do your due diligence to find your risk and be the best trader you can be. TAN, we talk about even stupid. So, sorry, stupid. Here's the consolidate, like the capitulation. Wasn't the volume wasn't that great? Then notice this, right? We're at the 200-day. Again, near term, probably a little overbought. Keep an eye on it. Even Sedge got a little retest of range highs. ENPH, this one's been kind of nothing lagging. And this is what's interesting. Like the first solar, which has been leading up, consolidating. Consolidates first, maybe the whole, again, it's following like the market rhythm, which I think would be a natural progression to just consolidate. Here's the same with HYG, not making new highs the last couple of days. Corporate debt had a great bounce with the market. Not continuing higher. Oil, right? Keep an eye on this stuff. Keep it simple, stupid. Seems to be holding up. Double bottom, chopping around. Again, wouldn't be surprised. UNG, I hate this product, right? But we talked about, like, you know, it's due to bounce. Love the KLD short. We talked about at 30. Again, if it could get back into the 30s, absolute gift. XOP, we talked about this one hitting or upside target. I mean, look again, lower highs, lower lows today. And not saying this has to get crushed, but don't be surprised if you get some consolidation. Same thing with MPC. Man, this one's been holding up actually well. They're more gasoline, I would say more related to overseas, maybe more Europe centrified. You're just kind of looking at this, kind of think in my mind, like, hold on. This thing has gotten smoked down. Where are we? Are we at a fib yet? Nope, we're not. Okay, gasoline names typically top and bottom first. Keep an eye on it. Valero, again, chopping around. Valero looks a little weaker, in my opinion. Just worth a watch. Again, I'm going to redraw these fibbies. I think the bottoms are in on these gasoline names. Pow. Yep, okay, keep an eye on it. Congrats again. If you bought this stuff and you're trading around it, knocking it out of the park. ExxonMobil, chopping around. BP, again, we like this one. At the lows, back testing the trend line. This one's interesting again, but they're not making higher highs. Occidental, again, we like Oxy. We think Buffett's going to do great on this one, watching how it acts around the mid-40s. After hours, I guess. Did he actually buy more? I don't know. Devin, again, a lot of these names, again, we like them. Don't be surprised to consolidate. Nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it. APA, same thing. Lyondale Base, chopping around. CVE, again, keep an eye on this one, right? Like, I like these junior names. So EQT, I saw some of the big institutions are buying this, right? I mean, it's been acting up really well, right? It's making new highs. It's like leading. I mean, that's technically what you call leading the market. Making new highs, looking pretty good. Last but not least, Flex LNG. Again, I think moving natural gas exporters have gone over this same point, endlessly chopping around, or sorry, like promoting it. Not necessarily promoting. Again, you got to do what you got to do, but just talking about the idea that if there is going to be some sort of trade war being over, semblance of removing tariffs, I think the United States will negotiate leverage to natural gas exporting. And again, companies like this with 11% dividend yield, not too shabby. Keep an eye on it. Again, if you have any questions, do yourself a favor. get comfortable asking for help. I know that sounds difficult to a lot of people, but that's the reality though. Like, don't. It's okay. Have humility. Understand, realize that you don't necessarily going to know everything all the time. And the hardest part of trading is pretending that tomorrow will be for certainty. Again, in my opinion, I think we're due to pull back. I have some small shorts on. I'm not trying to get rich off of it. Good hedges, but also, I've seen this movie 1,000 times, and I can't say for sure I know the ending, but the plot seems very similar. Where again, we went from extremely oversold, which we talked about was bottoming. Now you rallied 20 something plus percent very quickly. Everyone's off position, and now you have everyone screaming bull, 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 bull at the highs. Bears have given up, capitulated. They're capitulating left and right. So what do you expect near term? At worst, chop, right? You have to confuse both sides. And I think chop would lead to more of a consolidation phase, which perfect, right? Because if you get the consolidation phase, now you can wash out both sides from feeling like the bears are just giving up. Like they certainly feel like we're done. And then the bulls being like, well, are we going back to the lows? Because we had another commentator on CNBC today talking about stock market going back to the lows by the end of the year. Great guess, guys. Okay. These guys, they're clowns. So they're always talking their book. So be careful out there. Again, the education is key. Check out the website. Appreciate all the love, support, generous donations. If you're doing great, leave a message below. Again, even if you've gotten to this point and you're one of the 5 or 6 people that probably do, hit the heart button, leave a comment below. I appreciate it. I'll always respond. I love you guys. Have a wonderful evening. Also be aware, I'm going out of town. Again, I'll be posting the Discord room. So if you want to get involved, again, check the Discord room. I don't really think there's much to watch until Memorial Day. Because after Memorial Day, if we do the pullback, then you should get the bounce. And then after that, as I talked about in the Discord room, the first drop will always get bought. It always does, 99.9% time. It's what happens when we start rebuilding and bouncing. Do we get bought again? Because if we don't, then that's when the market can get a little weird. All right, have a wonderful, amazing weekend. I'm not going to do a recording tomorrow. I will talk to you guys and gals later. Hey, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, stop by the Discord room. A link is in the description below. Also, if you'd like to help support more free content, the PayPal link is in the description as well. I appreciate your continued support of the channel.